It all started with one Instagram live. Just one short live video, but it changed everything. Remy Ma sat in a chair, getting her makeup done like it was any other day. Except this time, she decided to speak her mind. Fans who tuned in thought they were going to see a quick, fun chat. Instead, they got something that felt a lot deeper. Remy looked into the camera and, without saying any names, made a joke that everyone knew was about her husband, Papoose. "Some men think loyalty is all they have to give," she said. "If that's the only thing you can bring to the table, you might as well go build your own." That one sentence felt like a slap to people watching. Everyone knew exactly who she was talking about. Papoose had always been known as someone who stuck by Remy through everything, her legal troubles, her career highs and lows, and the everyday struggles they faced together. And yet here was Remy Ma laughing about him on live, surrounded by her team. Fans rushed to the comments, shocked at what they had just heard. Some begged her to delete the video, telling her, "Don't put him down like this." Others wondered aloud if the two were finally breaking up after years of making it work. That one clip traveled across social media like a wildfire. Screenshots, reposts, and hot takes filled timelines. "He deserves better," one fan wrote. Another replied, "You never know what goes on behind closed doors." It was clear this was more than a harmless joke. And then Claressa Shields, the famous boxing champion, saw the video. Claressa and Papoose had recently been seen together, stirring up their own rumors. Even before this drama, people were whispering that they might be closer than just friends. Claressa had posted supportive comments under his pictures. They'd even been spotted sharing a quiet dinner once. Nothing too obvious at the time, but enough for fans to talk. When Claressa watched that live, though, she decided she'd had enough. From people close to her, it said she dropped everything. Claressa had always stayed out of public drama. But this felt personal. Sources say she booked the first flight to New York City. No one thought she'd do what happened next. Claressa showed up at the set where Remy was filming a podcast interview. No cameras, no security, no makeup team. Just her. Crew members who were there say Claressa walked straight in like she owned the place. She never raised her voice. She just looked Remy right in the eyes and told her flatly, "You don't deserve a man like him." That one sentence changed the energy in the whole room. People froze. They weren't sure what would happen next. Remy, never one to back down, slowly stood up. The room felt tense like everyone was holding their breath. Claressa took one step closer, keeping her gaze locked. "You broke him," Claressa added. "You make jokes at his expense like he's a prop in your story. That's not love." And that's when someone tried to separate them, but Claressa wasn't looking to fight. She was there to make a point. "If you can't appreciate him," she continued, "step aside. Let someone who does." The cameras were rolling the entire time. Even though the crew was too shocked to react at first, someone was smart enough to hit record. Within minutes, the footage leaked online. Twitter went crazy. Fans took sides. Some thought Claressa had crossed a line. "That's not her business," one tweet read. But many others felt she had every right to stand up for someone who'd been treated unfairly. "This is real loyalty," someone posted. "More people need friends like Claressa." And Papoose? He was nowhere to be seen online. No posts. No stories. No statements. Rumors began swirling that he'd stepped away from his phone and was focusing on himself. But the internet never stays quiet for long. A few days later, people noticed Claressa posted a short video to her story, nothing fancy, just a blurry clip of her hands wrapped up before training. The caption was simple. "Never let someone dim your light." That was all she said. No names. No drama. But everyone understood what she meant. And then another twist. A paparazzi picture of Claressa and Papoose having brunch together hit the blogs. They weren't hiding. They looked comfortable, talking and sharing laughs like they weren't surrounded by people. Suddenly, fans weren't so focused on Remy anymore. Instead, they started rooting for these two to find happiness. Whether they were just friends or something more didn't matter as much as the message Claressa had already sent, that respect and kindness matter most. By the end of the week, people were wondering what was next for Papoose. Was he finally moving on? Could he and Claressa become something serious? What was going to happen to his marriage? And as all the speculation continued, Papoose stayed silent. Remy stayed mostly off live. Claressa kept posting her training clips and motivational messages. If there's one thing everyone agreed on, it was this: whoever ended up by Papoose's side next would need to appreciate him. No more jokes at his expense. No more putting him down. Because when someone like Claressa Shields steps into your corner, it reminds you that real loyalty and support matter more than attention or fame. And that's what people loved most about this whole messy story, not the fight, not the gossip, but the fact that someone finally stood up and said, "He deserves better." The whole internet has been going crazy. How could it not? Remy Ma and Claressa Shields have been making headlines for days, and poor Papoose is caught right in the middle. Every time fans log in, there's a new rumor, a new post, or some leaked video keeping everyone hooked. It all feels like one big reality show playing out in real life, and nobody can look away. Neither Remy nor Claressa has given a public interview yet, but they're still making their feelings known in subtle ways. Claressa liked a tweet that read, "Real love shows up face to face, not just with words." It was a clear shot at someone. Remy responded by liking a meme of herself fixing her wig that read, "When you remember you're the prize, even if someone doesn't see it." Both women kept fans wondering, but they never actually explained what was going on. Then came another twist nobody expected. A grainy, blurry clip leaked showing Papoose looking tired and fragile, dressed in a hospital gown. Right by his side was Claressa, gripping his hand like she was scared to let go. There were no words exchanged, just silence and tension. Some people thought it was fake, something cooked up to draw sympathy. But most believed what they were seeing was real pain. Either way, fans couldn't stop sharing the video, and everyone had an opinion. That's when things really took off. Late that night, an anonymous account posted an audio clip of someone who sounded exactly like Remy Ma. In the voicemail, you can hear her voice shaky as she says, "I didn't mean to break him. I was angry. I thought he'd fight back, not disappear." It was only a few seconds long, but those few words had a huge impact. People rushed to listen to the clip and dissect every second. Was Remy truly sorry? Or was this just more damage control after seeing Papoose end up in a hospital? To most, it didn't sound like remorse. It sounded more like regret that everyone had finally seen her in a bad light. As the voicemail went viral, Remy's team went into overdrive. They reportedly tried reaching out to several major blogs to offer interviews, hoping to spin the story. But the media wasn't interested in picking sides. Everyone knew this was a messy, emotional fight, and nobody wanted to jump in too early. Meanwhile, Claressa kept rising higher. Brands wanted to work with her, podcasts invited her on, and her fight promos were getting huge attention. To her supporters, she had become a symbol, the strong friend who shows up when someone's hurting. Even people who had never watched her matches before were now cheering her on. And Remy wasn't going to stay quiet forever. Just when people thought Claressa had won the battle for public opinion, Remy posted a cryptic Instagram story. It was a simple black screen with white words, "You want to fight over a man who cried when I missed his call?" The message was harsh, and the internet exploded all over again. That was too much for Papoose's daughter Jane. She fired back with a post of her own, which she later deleted, writing, "My dad deserves better. Always has. Some people don't appreciate peace until it's gone." That one comment made people realize just how much was at stake. And then came one more bombshell. A hotel security video showed Remy Ma meeting up with Easy the block captain on the very same night Claressa had stormed into her interview. Rumors about Remy and Easy had been flying around for a while, and this footage made them seem very real. By the next morning, Papoose finally spoke up. In a heartfelt Instagram note, he wrote, "I loved her loudly and supported her quietly. What hurts most is realizing you were just a chapter, not the whole book." His followers rushed to support him in the comments. Claressa left a simple reply, "You're still loved." And that's where this story stands, for now. Claressa flew back to training camp like nothing had happened. Remy faced new questions about her choices. Papoose is left figuring out his next move. More than anything, this is a reminder that real relationships don't fit into hashtags or headlines. Fans will always pick a side, but at the center of this whole mess is a real man who gave his loyalty, two women with strong feelings, and a situation nobody can easily clean up. Whether Papoose forgives Remy, walks away for good, or lets the world see his full story is still unknown. But one thing's for sure, this isn't the last we'll hear about this tangled triangle. The world is still watching, and nobody's looking away anytime soon.